that the following program contains content that may disturb some viewers.
It's a world of the living dead, in a form of a paradise where you can wander around as you wish. Shocking and terrifying stories, with heart-breaking screams and crying, with burning and painful tears, a high price no one can afford, or pain no one can bear.
أربع أطفال والطفل بعد 3 سنوات. زوجتي ولدت طفل بالمشفى بعد عمره 5 دقائق تم سحبه من المشفى بهذا المبنى. يا أولادي أنا السبب اللي جبتكم على هاي البلد. أنا السبب.
صورة أخذت البنت عمرها السنة مريضة. صورة الآن. صورة هيك فرج عم تضحك. صورة.
Many politicians and international officials, like Sweden's, have during the last 10 years spoken of slander and lies to those who claim that there is an enforcement disappearance of children, or a raw, barbaric attacks on the Arab family structure or on immigrants in general. The illegal deprivation of their children for reasons connected to the family in a thoughtful and purposeful cunning. eliaa's network is a unique in podcasting a series of qualitative reviews to reveal the curtains of poisoned roses, derisive laughter, and dark and sinister doings. To begin their search for these documents that we have received in stages about their children in Sweden, the Swedish foreign minister has always said in various statements on social media that they do not target Arab or Muslim immigrants. Big mistakes parents make when raising their children. Social services, a name known to those who set foot on Swedish soil, to all those who fled with their children from the pains of war and displacement, a name that has been always scary. Langham, Yara, Sami, Abdul Mun'im and Karim, who were no older than 6 years old, are just some of the children who have disappeared. If these names appears in a neighborhood, doors and windows are closed, the lightning's dimmed, where there's no room for anything but the sound of wind, rain and snow. If you see police cars in front of a house and hear mothers screaming in the street, then you should know that there is a new victim.
There's police! Barn is stealing our child!
This is a cry for help. The social services do take children, and they do it without cause, most of the time. They don't follow the law. The most important thing before they take a child is that first they have to do everything to help the family and the children. That is according to law.
Imagine if the pictures of the most dangerous places for children under 7 were revealed today. eliaa's network reveals scenes of some of them. Homes and child detention sites obtained by the eliaa's network with photographs, some of which shows addresses to map coordinates to confirm credibility. You can see them as completely ordinary homes or in the form of clinics or schools, which are in fact human warehouses to hold children before they are distributed further to various stations in the form of family houses, etc. Swedes who are waiting for their prey as hungry wolves. Security sources revealed that there are more than 3,000 secret surveillance cameras, some of which hung from trees some of which are set up more than 5 kilometers from the buildings where the children are. The area where these buildings are and other areas of detention for children are surrounded by strict security measures, which in turn raises a serious question about these headquarters. Implementation of a humanitarian law to protect children from their parents. Why all these actions are resemble a Guantanamo-like prison in Sweden. The recording opens the door wide open on the disappearance of the children and the fate of the infants at a time when the media, eyewitnesses and writers reveal and journalists report from time to time about trafficking in human organs, sexual harassment, changing sexual orientation, neglect, which in the worst cases has led to death.
Jag spelar in detta meddelande för att jag vill berätta om något som är väldigt stort. Där på min arbetsplats. Och där på min arbetsplats så finns det saker som pågår. Där det är just nu för närvarande så har vi 5 pojkar och 2 flickor. Alla 7 är spädbarn. Just nu så känner vi i personalen att de som är i högre över oss, de planerar något stort. Barnen förflyttas till okända platser och väldigt avlägsna. Ingen av oss vet varför de flyttas. Så jag hoppas att ni kan agera nu. För att det här är mot alla mänskliga rättigheter. Så jag känner att finns det några som lyssnar så måste ni agera, och det är nu.
The total number of children in this area alone is 2,109 children, under the supervision of 751 social services employees in one shift, in addition to the presence of a personnel from a security company their number of employees has been estimated to be about a dozen. The information we have access to shows that the schools, preschools and hospitals in Göteborg, Malmö, Borås, Jönköping have been compiled. Recruitments of 16,478 new social services workers to these services institutions have become traps for taking more children into custody care. This information reveals the names of the scheme of companies surrounding the children matter, selling them and providing all logistical support from real estate and homes to obscuring traveling tickets, equipments and land, keeping it hidden from the eyes of the civilian population, exposing bow profits that show this thing has nothing to do with the humanity but rather is piracy, robbery and theft that these organizations do in the name of the law. Reliable resources revealed to us during the preparation of this review that this recent kidnapping of children is carried out in cars with Danish registration plates without knowing the face. A real car. Eyewitnesses and local residents recently confirmed that an intensive drive-through of residential areas where immigrants live has been done by social services van and been filming. Children are noticeably visible in the street. Then the reports of concern come immediately.
انت شو حاسس؟ شو بدك؟ روح حبيبي روح. اللي بيضربوا الاولاد كلها لهونيك كمان؟ واكل بطعموكم ولا ما بطعموكم؟
بطعمونا بس ما منيح اكل. يعني شيء خنزير وهيك. حرموني من عيلتي يا ابوي، حرموني اشوفهم، حرموني اقلهم. كل يوم انا ما بقدر انام، دول ابوي وامي انا ما في عندي شيء، ما بيخلوني اشوفهم. Stop!
Perhaps the danger looms over every mother and father, and the fear that surrounds the fate of the families waiting and hoping for their children to return home after school and preschool, continuing the search for clues about enforced disappearance of children. We were able to obtain some information and names of a number of children, as well as their whereabouts in various sites, where eliaa's network will reveal the second part of the review with a list of names of children from 4 years up to 15 years, as well as information about their situation and their lives beyond the whereabouts of some of them, and information that will be shocking to anyone who witnessed and listened to this crime. The question is, who is responsible to this disaster? The politicians, the families, or the state? Wait for us. See you soon.